Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our coverage here in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, for the 39th annual BullShooter World Tour. Do apologize about that extended delay there. We've been having some demons haunt our live stream today. It seems like there might be some ghosts on this coast, in fact. I'm Nick Teixeira, joined by Will Stewart on the call for our King Seat match of the Pro Doubles 01.
Ooh, ghost.
That's one of the ghosts right here, right now.
Yeah, we do apologize, folks. We're going to lead off with the King Seat match, as you mentioned. It should be an exciting one. Baba Yaga, who won yesterday's affair in the doubles, getting Missouri boys is what I'm guessing there on that front. But yeah, this should be a good one.
Yeah, it should be a great one indeed, and excited to see this. After this match, we will get coverage of that women's doubles 01 seat match as well, and then afterwards we'll be on to the finals and finals for our next couple of matches that we're going to be featuring here at our lovely venue here.
How many lovelies?
Lovely. That's 3.
Okay. It is a good venue. It looks like it's you took a video of the room that you were staying in, and man, is it pretty. I'm jealous that you're on the coast and I'm not.
Do you know what the nicest part about this venue is, and you'll relate to this issue more than most will, is when we finish streaming tournaments, when the last event's over, sometimes it could be super late at night and there's like nothing open to eat. There's a pizza place that's attached to here that's open till 2 a.m. Which is so nice for because that's outside of Vegas. It's like sometimes your hotel, the restaurant's long closed by the time you're done streaming. I know the players were all munching on pizza last night, having a good time.
Munching on some pizza last night. I heard you got some bagels too today.
Yeah, they brought some bagels in. Like there was strawberry cream cheese. I'm gonna be honest, I made that bagel and I actually think I got poppy seeds everywhere. So if you go to the tournament desk, that was not me.
Well, you just admitted to it, so it was definitely Nick Teixeira, everyone.
Hey,
alrighty, well, we'll see what Jesse has to offer here.
Yeah, that's going to be Jesse Faulkner that we're seeing on the board here, and he was just in Plover last weekend. He was one of the few players that was at that tournament there and now over here in South Carolina, and he was your runner-up in the non-pro bracket there. It was a great matchup. I think he was against Daryl Nycannon, if I want to say. Which is an insane non-pro finals, by the way.
That is definitely insane.
And then, of course, Jess Faulkner is playing with Kevin Hedenhauser. And then on the other side here, you got the wonderful team of Brian Langley and John Liggett, which we have been more than familiar with it. Kirby said, no, he won it. There you go. I got the other way around.
Well, things are getting down to a nitty-gritty point here. We got this King Seat match. We also got Brothers 2 taking on 9 Dart out in the 5th-6 match. You got Braswell Sturbins awaiting Team Plague or Pecker Bump. How about that team name? Don't you dare leave me hanging after that. I can't believe you. 180 for Brian Langley. He did. He just bounced on me. How dare him? All righty. And back to the bracket. We'll go. How about the women's bracket? You've got WTAF taking on the mother-daughter duo. Another Queen Seat match for mother-daughter duo. Over on the other side, you got Slow Burn 1-0 up on Wicked Winches in the 5th-6th position, and then on the bottom half you got Fancy Like coming out on top of the Crazy Girls 2-1, so they are waiting in the 4th place position. So that's what we've got left for you on the women's side. So coming down to a final here shortly over there.
Yeah, those brackets are going to be finishing up awfully quick here. In fact, we'll need to get that women's Queen Seat going pretty soon here, but we want to try to get full coverage of that, given the fact that we've had massive gaps in our coverage today with issues outside of our control. We do apologize. We have been working hard. The problem is when you bring in Will Stewart and you put Nick Teixeira together, 2 of the more prominent, well-known North American live streamers, it takes both of us together to make nothing happen, apparently, is what we found out.
I'll just go ahead and admit it. Guys, I'm in Wichita, Kansas. I have no control over the
he's
stream.
not in Wichita. He's in this room right now. Stop lying to people. You've been hiding. You've been hiding. You've been taking that secret stairwell every night and not talking to the people.
The red button's in front of Nick, not Will.
Yeah, there is red buttons. That you know what? Maybe it's Park's fault for pointing out that there's red buttons.
That's it.
Because apparently they all do self-destruct today.
Well, continuing the trend here, John Leggett leaves himself a checkout opportunity with the 170. And with his partner, Mr. Bryan, at 223, they have the cool advantage going into our second leg, potentially.
Yeah, and with K-Ray back at 400 plus at the start of this turn here, K-Ray saying, no way, I need to get lower. And it's not really getting low enough. Expect Brian here to go ahead and leave a finish as well, so the 170 does not have to go by any means, and really setting up a potential double free scenario.
Jesse at 325, really nothing he can do right now, especially after that first start. They need just to fill it up. So here we go with the 170 look. Doesn't really have to go, but it would be great to get that on the feed.
It'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Great leave, though. Leaves tops when he returns.
Sorry, I see some shenanigans in the Facebook comments I'm trying to take care of here.
Yeah, I should have warned you about that one. Sorry. I forgot we're doing the we're live now on a couple different feeds.
Almost all of them.
Yeah. On our normal routine, so if you're joining us, we are not active right now on USA Darts Facebook page, but we are live on the YouTube page. But we are active on both BullShooter platforms, the Facebook and the YouTube page. So either way, we got you covered with whatever platform you want to join us from. And once again, yeah, we do apologize, but we'll get back to this great King Seat matchup. John well below on that double 20, but capitalized on the double 10 for the 1-0 scoreline.
Baba Yaga making the whole board spin around there, doing a little celebration dance on the dartboard, it seems.
He had to turn down, flip it, and reverse it.
Turn down for what?
A little Missy Elliott for you, why not?
A little Missy Elliott. You're getting crazy over there. Oh, you need to calm it down, Will.
Come on, Missy Elliott, what's wrong with that? Slow burn into the fourth place match with Fancy Like. And what I'm assuming is going to happen here is once we get to a position where we think, all right, we'll go ahead and let that WTAF mother-daughter duo match queue in for board number 7.
Yeah, whatever Will said sounds good with me. I didn't hear a word of it.
Okay, well, did you really not hear?
Yeah, well, no, I just wasn't listening. The chat could hear you. I'm sure they loved whatever you said. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I got distracted.
Well, I don't know if you want to because Slow Burn Fancy Like is fourth place match right now. We're waiting on that WTAF mother-daughter duo. That is your queen seat matchup. That's on hold right now. So I'm assuming we'll get that on board 7 here shortly, unless we want to queue it in right now. But
yeah, we'll take a look here. We'll also check with the tournament staff and see what they want to do with that one.
I know. I think it's going to go a little bit quick, so I would hold off on it for a little bit myself.
I think so as well.
Yeah, for sure, because we want to try to at least cover. If we let that go now, potentially, you don't know what's going to happen with this one. It could get drawn out into a last leg decider. At this point, really, I mean, it's almost 12:30 there, local time. So Really not bad. Not
Yeah,
bad timing at all.
well ahead of schedule here. So just confirmed with my on-field tournament staff reporters, and yeah, it looks like we're going to just go ahead and get this one. Just once this enters the last leg of this match, one way or another, or it looks like it's about to finish up, we'll get that one called because we're ahead of schedule, even with the hiccups there inside the dart hall and on our computer, because we want to make sure to get a good look at our seat matches and our finals here, and try to really relish the moment of seeing some great darts.
I like it.
Speaking of relishing the moment, I'm going to eat some Portillo's later, I think.
This guy.
You guys were curious.
Of course, brings up the good food.
Sorry.
Someone in there with you? Who's in there with you?
It's LJ, and he's saying stuff that reminds me of why we told him he can't commentate anymore. He's just sitting back here watching along with us.
No commentary for LJ.
No commentary for LJ. Not until he has to. Once we get him a Bloody Mary or 3, he's perfect for commentary, though.
Oh, okay. Okay, Ray, out in front with this 2-5-3 score line. Jesse looking to help him out until John Leggett comes into view. He's been able to do some damage here on the feed today as well as this weekend. So I'm wondering, now I'm really wondering if John can make it interesting here. 100, 140 possibly.
Yeah, Liggett here needs to leave a finish here because K-Ray and Jesse more than likely will from their position, and he's not going to be able to do so here. And with the scoring run a little subpar, it means that while no one's in risk of freezing the other per se right now, the trade-off is you're not in any shape to freeze the other team. So really, it's truly a race to the finish line right now.
Oh, what a shot from K-Ray. Leaving the little fish. Now, we'll see what Brian does. The smart move here is 1-3-3. That's going to be a 7 mark on the 19s. And he's going to look up top. No, he will go downstairs. Okay, whew. I was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Capitalizes on 95. So although it's not a checkout range, it still is a handy look. It's an opportunist look. You have to go that way to leave a checkout because 133 is 170.
Yeah, exactly. And so it does help chop everything down here. But advantage, of course, to the team, Mo Boys, at the moment here. How would you say it?
Mo Boys? I'm guessing it's Missouri Boys is what I would have guessed. But with the New York Mets hat on, you don't know.
It's not. No one's saying Missouri Boys. That is.
Hey, MO Boys, Missouri. It's an abbreviation for. In my neck of the woods, that's Missouri Boys.
Right, and if I'm from Missouri, I wouldn't be advertising that fact.
Well, it is misery.
It is misery. That's right.
I'm from Kansas, so not too fond of that area. How about that? He stayed true on the 54 on 76.
Oh, and their double 12 instead of going for the trip 20 is crazy because you need to still try to get low.
I'm not keen on that. I think that the 76 option, you can go get away with the trip 20, of course, leaving double 8. I'm not too much of a fan on the trip 18 look, but yeah, then to try to go for the double 12 and then put it outside.
Yeah,
that's
not a fan of
opportunities for Brian and John here.
Well, and now so K-Ray sitting on 64 is not at a 1-dart finish, and is going to be in one of those situations here where danger can get all the way down. If K-Ray misses, Brian's going to get a shot.
He does get a shot here, so bull to start. Yeah, not there, and the recovery job is saved with that trip 19, but It's a smart play going at the bull to start. 25 leaves you 107. 107 still a checkout opportunity with 2 darts in hand. But K-Ray just inside on all 3.
Yeah, and now 128. Even if it doesn't go, you get below 29, you freeze. Or sorry, excuse me, you'd freeze K-Ray. That's bad math. I'm looking at this upside down as I'm distracted here. Guys, if you're over on Facebook, don't click any links in the chat unless it's from our profile.
Yeah, come on, you know better.
Oh, no, but Brian, if you don't get low, that helps, but I don't think that's low enough here. Even if Jesse doesn't take this,
No,
you don't
not.
expect John to have a shot.
No, chances are Jesse will at least take this down to below 50 apiece. Yep. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, wait
it's
a
56
second there.
though, so it's still.
Yeah, now you get a shot because he didn't go inside. If he went inside, it would have froze.
Exactly. If you would have went inside on the 20. Okay. Now double 10 or trip 10.
Single 16 for tops now. No, John doesn't get the big single.
Now he's thinking, but really nothing you can do. Just
yep. And that was a mistake there to leave only 32, though. You have to just force it lower just in case this doesn't go. But, of course, K-Ray, you expect to take this here with 3 clear. Nothing's a guarantee. Doesn't go, and 32 is low enough since Jesse's at 40. 47 will get a shot here for Brian. Someone's going to get a match here. Is it going to be a 2-0 leader? 1-1. 2 darts now. And it goes.
Oh,
wow.
My. The steal of the century is what I'm calling that. That was the Super Darts steal of the century.
Yeah, that was a pretty big steal there. And a leg that definitely, let's be honest, it was chalked up full of clerical errors on both sides there. But it's a moot point now. I do appreciate that K-Ray and Jesse do get it on the double 20. We're cheering for that 9-darter, folks. The double 10 from Brian does not get us a chance for a 9-darter. Although he's going to keep doing it because he keeps getting in on it. There you go.
Dustin says it is our Missouri boys. So how about that? How about that, Nick?
How about what now?
It is our Missouri boys. So how about that?
Is that what it said? Who said that?
Dustin Tanksley.
Dustin, stop lying.
So, buddy, who's right now?
Well, I'm just always right, except when I'm not.
40% of the time, I'm right all the time.
Well, right now, Baba Yaga is up 2-0. Regardless of how this leg goes, it's going to be favored for them to take this match. It's kind of, well, for those at home that don't understand what we mean by that, why is it so important to be able to get a 2-0 jump like this? Why is it so hard for the other team to come back from it?
It's just confidence thing. I mean, you're already in that tight knit spot, knowing you've got to rattle off 3 in a row, and especially after that last leg, knowing you guys should have had the leg and they snuck it by you. Ouch. So it's a tough task here. Jesse really needs to lay in a good one. 2 triples would be great. 1 would be ideal. No.
Yeah, only averaging 15 points per dart right now. Gonna be a little frustrated, and Liggett here can make him really feel the pain. He might. He will.
Oh boy. There's a random dart that just dropped on the ground, and everybody's like, what was that?
It was a dart from space. It was a dart from space.
To me, that was a little bit blocked. I would have thought about switching, but again, it's the angle that we've got for you, a little bit of a downward angle, so maybe we're deceived by that. Good ton for Brian. And that is unfortunate right there. That 3-5-1 could come into play shortly if he doesn't find a way to work it down his next turn. But especially with Leggett doing what he's been able to do. Yeah, he's not thrilled because he knew it was going to be tough to hit a checkout opportunity without hitting a triple there because there was none. Especially in double out. Master out, maybe.
Oh, definitely going to be frustrated. Just a 26 there. 261 on the turn. 100 here will leave you a checkout, so just a ton on the assignment. Did he do his homework? Going to the 19s route also works just fine and will work really well here. How about a 1-3-3 there on the turn for Mr. Langley?
Yeah, and I mentioned earlier, I said that 3-5-1 could come into play here, and it will, because 180 is what you're going to need, Jesse. You got to fill this up, or even a 1-7-1. Advantage for Baba Yaga. Real big advantage for Baba. As John sits at 44, Brian at 128.
Yeah, they're pretty tough looking team, man. I mean, sometimes it's just your weekend. They won Pro-Am together, they won trips together, and Brian won singles and a 5th-6 finish for Leggett. Sometimes it's just your weekend. Because they're about to get to another finals appearance. Yeah, you know what? That's for the fans. Brian, a man of the fans.
Got to be at some point. Take the shot, take the risk, especially if you're 2-0 up. And you know John's sitting at 44. There you go, Jesse. But was it too little, too late? I believe it was. John to take this to the final.
Here we go. Strap in, folks. Double 16. And it does not go just yet, but it's a double free situation. K-Ray and Jesse have frozen each other. One needs to hit a big round, the other one needs to check it out. So K-Ray, your only out here is to get all the way down, hit about 150 points, hope that Brian misses, and then Jesse needs to check a 1-3-1. Wasn't happy with that last start, but basically mission accomplished for what he was supposed to do on that turn. He needed to get a little bit lower potentially, because now 47, if it gets brought down to 2, could freeze. But it won't matter if this goes. Double 8.
I feel double 8 will go. Wow.
Wow, wow, wee wow. That is what I have to say about that one.
Yes, you do. The Missouri boys will head to the 3rd place position. They are awaiting Brothers 2 and 9 Dart Out. That's tied up 1-1 on board number 5, as you can see them on that fire board right there. Team play taking on Braswell and Sturbins. Braswell Sturbins up 1-0. That's over on board number 2 in the other 5th, 6th place position. So that's what we got coming your way. Now we're going to try to cue in those ladies matchups, I believe, as ladies have been called to board 7. So we will get WTAF, mother-daughter duo, and Winner will decide our queen seat holder. Loser will head to the third place position where Slow Burn awaits as they bested Fancy Like 2-1 in the fourth place position.
Well, you heard it here. That sounds like a good run of show here. As soon as those girls get up to the boards, we'll go ahead and get everything going. So we'll be back in just a moment's time. We'll leave it over here so you guys can take a look at these matches on the side over here. Give us a follow, and I appreciate your guys' patience with our issues we're having today. It goes a long way with your guys' support here with keeping us motivated despite the circumstance. Be back in just a moment, folks. Here we go, folks. It's time for another Queen Seat matchup over here in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach for the 39th annual BullShooter World Tour. This is going to be the teams of mother-daughter duo. And on the other side, WTAF. What the actual friend? As it should be a good time here. I'm looking forward to seeing this matchup and seeing who comes out on top in this one, as you have to give favor immediately to mother-daughter duo. Right now, 7th to line, that's Dawn Lewis, a.k.a. That Girl, and she was the one that got in the finals and was one hole shy of winning the women's singles over Catherine Aids. So felt just a little bit shy there. Literally had a big checkout and missed it by one hole. It was a heartbreaker. And then, of course, in the women's doubles yesterday, the mother-daughter duo won it. So currently on track for probably a women's MVP run, Dawn Lewis is. Of course, we did see Kim and Puddin earlier on our feed before the entirety of the internet wanted to argue against us there. And so we got to see a little bit of them throwing, and I'm curious to see what they have in store for us. We got to see that match of WTAF and Crazy Girls. There should be blink and you miss it. 301, open in, open out, as we get a little bit of stuff there from Macy Lewis. It's going to be open and open out, Fat Bull, freeze rule in effect, 301. So blink and you miss it style, folks. And yeah, we're off to the races quick here.
Yeah, sorry about that, Nick. Here we go. Kim and Puddin. Take a look when Puddin comes up to the Aki next time, or the throw line, I should say. I gotta stop saying that.
Aki throw line. I say the same thing.
Almost kind of two toes at the line, but just offset by a little bit.
Actually, I want to take a better look and hide the scoreboard here for a second. Want to see? Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so, just kind of a little bit offset. Oh, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying.
She brings that foot up forward at the end there. At first, I was like, oh, it's not too bad.
She still keeps the turned motion. So that's what I'm saying. Usually if you have two toes at the line, you don't turn. You kind of stay straight. She's just a little bit turned, and that's why you're a little bit offset on that other toe.
Oh, look at this. Oh, doesn't go. Tried to follow the hat trick with a 118 checkout there for Macy Lewis. Yeah, and here's the other thing. If you guys are at home, maybe stand 2 foot at the line or very similar to how Puddin stands, the one thing you need to know with something like that is when you are standing in orientation, the reason that you put 1 foot out in front and your shoulder out forward is so that way your shoulders line up with the bullseye to give your arm a direct line to throw the dart straight. And when you're doing any stance like that, what you're doing is turning your shoulder outwards, and your shoulder has to move in as you throw to add that consistency. So it's just a little bit of a different idiosyncrasy that you see there. But it's also interesting because Puddin doesn't really have any lean in her throw either. She doesn't really put her body out in front of her.
No, she doesn't. We saw, again, what that mother-daughter duo was able to do yesterday here. Capture the title. Can they do it again? It's that ultimate question. Right now, looking promising as Firecracker or Macy will come up. Okay, that'll work. She's not too pleased about it, but it'll get the job done.
Yeah, I think she was going for the 15-16 there. It's a single. But you know what? Happy accidents.
Yeah, double out. That's going to be no bueno, but in this format, A-okay. You can get away with it. She goes fat one to follow it in for the check. 1-0. Kim, we got to find one here, I think. I don't know if that's promising or not, especially with Miss Firecracker being able to do what she's been able to do.
Yeah, and we saw her play, the mother-daughter duo played well yesterday. Macy seems to be playing really well today. She's absolutely picked up her game, and I mean, we saw it in the last leg, their hat trick, and then she was one dart out of getting a 118 checkout.
A little bit tough first dart placement there. She was able to sneak the second one in, but not the third. But still, yeah, that just goes to show you she's talented. How do we know how old she is?
I
I can't remember from Cherry Bomb. Macy's back there dancing.
Well, the dance vibes are on point today.
They are. I caught you dancing earlier. What?
You caught me dancing earlier? I got some sick moves. I'm not going to lie.
Offbeat moves.
I thought Macy and I were around the same age, but I was wrong. She is 22 years old.
Yeah, she seemed a little bit younger than you.
And then I know she is the better half of her, and she's and Donald Spencer, which we saw in the CSE Challenger Series in the past.
Okay.
I know she also played at the Florida BullShooter as well. Her and I got a chance to actually play each other for a little bit, and which is even funnier that it took me an extra minute to click the connection when she was out here. Because I honestly, the Florida contingent came up pretty strong out here for seeing, especially on the ladies' side. I mean, we saw an all Florida ladies final already, so it's cool to see our Florida folks traveling around.
Calm down, Floridian.
Florida.
I'm just going to let everybody know. With all this Florida talk, there is a new show on Max. It is dedicated, to Florida. It's Florida, man, is what it's called. And it's all the insane things that Florida people do.
There's plenty of it.
There is.
The list goes on and on.
Ooh.
I know I've done some crazy stuff as a Florida man.
Well, Kim trying to put herself as the front runner. A bull would do that. Cannot convert.
Yeah, so opportunity here for Macy. She just needs to focus on getting brought on down here. Of course, you want to tee up a checkout, but the main goal here is to put pressure on for potential freeze. Does not do so, and now, if anything, they're in danger of freezing each other here, putting Kim out in front. Excuse me. Got all choked up thinking about it.
I don't know if you've already stated it, but I want to go ahead and mention it. Brothers 2 did best 9-dart out. Braswell Sturbins did better the team of Team Plague. So they are in that 4th place match that is going to be called on board number 3. It'll be happening here either right now or just here in a second.
Oh, Don doesn't leave a finish. Not ideal here. It's pretty tight-knit. It's still too close to call, but of course the more opportunities are going to be going right now towards WTAF, as they'll have to look at 2 different checkouts, while currently Mother Daughter Duo only have to look at 1 in that same time frame. And 146 is a tough ask.
Cody over on YouTube saying, once again, let's go Duo.
Duo. You know this. And Justin Hightower over on Facebook saying Nick needs to watch more movies. That's true.
You think?
I'm going to start hosting like Discord watch parties where we'll all go on there, we'll all time up and hit sync our movies and hit play at the same time, and we'll all just watch movies together. You want to do that, Will?
Maybe we should. It would be fun.
It would be kind of fun. We should do that like a one-off time. CSC movie nights.
Have pause laugh breaks.
Yeah, exactly. It's just live streaming our reaction to movies. It's just our faces.
Hey,
we don't pirate content here.
Barstool makes plenty of money doing that one.
Oh, absolutely.
It is crazy. Back to the match. Dawn trying to convert there. That would have put her into the 80 range, and instead it'll go back to Kim. This is a big round for Kim.
Yeah, a lot rides on what she does here, depending on how well or not well she does. And this is going to be a frustrating moment here. Needs to get this a little bit lower. Depending on what she hits in this last start, a freeze could come into play.
Exactly. And it's going to come into play, I think.
Well, 12 points is that line. You have to get to 12 or less, or 11 or less. So Firecracker needs to be careful about how she shoots this out.
Oh, beautiful.
And checks it there. It says, I don't want to leave it to any freezing. Good stuff there. Maisie Lou is definitely looking the best in form today on the ladies' side so far. Certainly incredible stuff here. So let's go ahead and we're going to actually pop over and take a look right on that match over there. As you can see, that third place match, it's just a race to 2, just as starting leg number 1, so you just missed pulling it over there. Or, sorry, fourth place match, excuse me. And so we're just going to be taking a look. You can see that is going to be Mr. Boogie Braswell playing on the dartboard over there. And, Rich Sturbins is going to be his partner there, going up against Brothers 2. Next match coming up on our stream board, we're going to go ahead and get the third place match for the ladies going up, and then we'll get the third place in finals for the pro and ladies as well. So that should be our run of show here, Will.
Sounds good, Nick. Let's do it.
All righty, guys. We'll go ahead and just leave it on this match here, and we'll be back in just a moment's time. It's time for our ladies doubles third place matchup here. Got partway in as we were trying to get the conclusion of that other matchup there on the pro side there, 1-1, but we want to go ahead and get the ladies some time on our main board over here. So here we go. This is going to be the teams of Slowburn and what the actual friends.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy because initially came in on board 18, made that shift over. Of course, why wouldn't we? Third place match coming up, and Kim finds the middle for 40 remaining.
Yeah, this should be some good stuff here. And just a reminder, folks, for our run of show that we're going to be having after this match here, we're going to more than likely be getting right into the finals of the pro and then right into the finals of the ladies after. Or if the pro is still playing that third place match, we'll start with the ladies final, depending on which one is ready first.
Yeah, 1-1 affair in the Brothers 2 Braswell-Sturbins matchup in that fourth place battle, so we'll find out. But right now, Puddin trying to add some pain to the scoreline.
Yeah, I mean, WTAF is probably one of those teams that really feels like they could make a good run at this, but they did well in the seat match. It was just Macy Lewis kind of dominating there. It's our first look at Slowburn. We did see Debbie Adams on the stream prior. I don't know. I can't recall off the top of my head if we saw Sissy yet or not, but I'm looking forward to seeing them and seeing what they can do in this matchup here. Of course, Kim's just going to go ahead and try to take this one as the first start floats away from her, but if it's going to float, at least it float into a segment that still leaves a finish. Single 14. Doesn't go.
Yeah, unfortunately falls, and Debbie's going to step in now. Unfortunately cannot go. Just going to chop at the tree. Yeah, leaves 38.
So let's see what Puddin's able to do. Bull to bull. You never go for the 6-17s in a fat bull format unless you're going trip 19, trip 15. What the heck is going on? Oh, almost busted it.
Almost busted it, but almost struck gold.
Literally, I wasn't looking for the 19 to 15. It works.
It does work.
And now, though, massive amount of pressure here. Kim can just go ahead and go right at this attack again. There's no real pressure of, even if you do bust, 38 is frozen. Big deep breath. Visualize the prize. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Can't go out now. That's the one number you can't hit.
Yeah, not what she exactly wanted there. 38 can only get brought down, and at this point, you need to bring all the way down. 10 or less is not the line anymore. You're talking 5 or less. There you go. Trip 10 to leave 2. Good job from Debbie Adams. So Puddin has hit the single 9. If not, Sissy will get a chance for 96. As it does look like Braswell and Sturbins are pretty much set to take this. They're well out in front in the matchup right now.
And there you go. Puddin puts it away with the single 9. 1-0 in favor of WTAF.
What the actual friends?
Friends! F is for friends who do stuff together.
U is for you and me. N is for anywhere and anytime at all down in the hat tricks. Can't you see?
Tabby Adams with a big 150, and they spit out the drink. They were laughing so hard at us.
I hope they were not listening. I do know when we restarted our live feed there, they actually had the TV with audio on out in the hall, and I really hope they didn't keep it on.
Oh, goodness gracious.
No, the TV is on
do
the
that.
opposite corner of the hall, so the players playing definitely can't hear it. But they
Still,
made it.
don't do that.
I do like that they did set up a whole little spectators area. It's like 3 different tables, and the only thing there is the TV to watch the live stream there. So pretty cool.
Hey, I love it. They're taking the extra time to put forth a little showcase of the stream. Why not?
Good standard to get things going here. Let's see if Pun's
I
able to
would
keep
say
up the pace.
so, especially on that slow burn front. I mean, 150 to open up, leaving 151. Sissy leaving 181. Came the only unfortunate one, leaving herself in the 200s.
Well, no 6 darter today. You blew it. But she does just continue to attack away here. Now Kim's going to try to leave herself a finish here and then hope that Puddin closes the gap down just a little bit here to give herself an opportunity. Needs to grab at least the bull here. You want to bring this down a little bit more. Braswell and Serbins did take that 4th place match. They're going to be moving on to the 3rd place match now. So they're going to go ahead and just get that one going while this match is going over here. And we'll go ahead and just go final, it seems.
Alrighty. Sounds good, especially in the 501 front. I mean, the back end is best 2 of 3, of course. So that will go pretty quick with the Missouri boys. But thankfully, it's where we can visually see it too, so we can at least turn our camera if we need to. But how about this one? Puddin needs to find some success here, or they're looking at 1-1 in my eyes.
Yeah, staying at 200 here all but guarantees the freeze. Only 11 points needed here to make sure that's the case. And of course, it will get hit. So as long as she doesn't bust, and she can't bust now because she's going to take out the 113.
What an excellent checkout from Debbie Adams. We are now tied at 1 apiece in this 3rd place matchup at the South Carolina BullShooter Regional. Folks, William Stewart, Nick DeShera here. I hope you are ready for more action. Share this around. We got a couple entertaining finals coming up next. That was absolutely terrible. That was absolutely terrible. I got a little bit too high there.
To clarify, chat, we're talking about our impressions and noises, not the diddle.
Yeah, I'm talking. God, I can't even do it. I'm nope, not doing it.
That's just terrible, man. Nope, that's Kermit.
Don't put it on me.
Hey, man, why are there so many songs about rainbows?
That was actually pretty good, Nick. I'm proud of you. Proud of you. You'll get at a couple of them.
Thanks,
Scooby
man.
and Kermit.
Yeah.
All righty, Kim, to start us off.
Here we go. Who makes it to the final here? This should be an intense one. Honestly, we've seen it's 1-1, so it sounds silly to say, but I could really see this going either way as the legs where they were starting were very strong for both of these teams. We saw a little bit more firepower out of Slow Burn there than we had seen in the past. If they get anywhere near that level of tenacity again, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
I agree with you. I think it's all about the start. Unfortunately, Debbie not finding it there, so what does Pudding have to offer in this one? Because she kind of struggled this last leg.
Yeah, she's definitely been the wild card here. When she's hitting, she's great. She's right on the wire of the bull right there. Hugging all over it. It just evades her darts.
You got Sissy coming in hot with a 150.
How about that? Slow Burn.
What a time to do it.
Slow Burn being anything but slow here, it seems. They're going quick and rapid fire with some of this stuff. We want to give a shout out to our teams in the top 4 of the non-pro. Laws Masonry versus Team West Virginia. And Just Me versus No Name.
No way. They're already there.
Yeah, they're playing to get into the seat match right now.
Wow.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of keeping things moving. And to be fair, they're playing split score 0-1, but a Fat Bowl open on the non-pro side as well. I'll be the one to say it. We've been making a lot of changes with BullShooter in their formats. I'm about ready for the ladies to get upgraded from 301 to 501.
I think that's the next step. I don't see why not. Go ahead and bump it up. Let them have some fun and be right there with it.
Well, it's also just one of those things where obviously now we're getting a lot tighter on our run times. I mean, last night 170 teams or 170 people, not 170 teams, 170 people playing across 56 teams in the trips, starting at 7 p.m. or 5 p.m. And getting done before midnight. Not bad at all. So we're seeing faster and faster run times for events now with the Tournament King software innovations that have been going on. And so since turn times are faster, we can start doing longer formats. And it's either raising the number of games played or changing the games themselves. And in this case, with this particular event, I would love to see a 501 instead.
Agreed, 100%. I think that's the next step, especially with the innovations, as you mentioned. So let's make it happen. Putting that 200. Would love to see this go down. You can see the other score lines are, Kim and Sissy pretty tight here. Granted, Sissy's going to get a turn. Finds it with the last. That was a good saving dart there.
Yeah, that's actually a really good high pressure dart too. Sissy kind of really needs to take this now a little bit more than she needed to before. She won't be able to.
She needs to hit a bull. Needs to hit a bull here, and she doesn't.
I mean, it was the best possible fallout for her on that dart here. This is getting a little dicey. 87 will get an opportunity now. Now, of course, the question comes is not only who crosses the finish line first, but who gets the lowest while on the way there.
Combined score of 188 for Kim and Puddin. This could go for Debbie. No problem at all because of that scoreline for Sissy.
It gets their team to combine to 128 here. But I'm just going to focus on trying to bring hers down and get a swing at the out if she can. Bull 20 bull should be your shot selection here. Again, you're more concerned about getting maximum points. She went right the trip, and I just disagree with it because of the fact that she hit a 1 there. She has to course correct now. It might not be low enough. We'll see. No freeze in play, so 40 can go. Might be all over if Slowburn takes this.
215s. Single.
It's it there. Wow. Crazy stuff indeed. Looks like, if I'm not mistaken, that third place match actually has not started yet. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and start right with this ladies' final then on our stream board. What do you say about that, Will?
I like it. We're going to get mother-daughter duo, Dawn and Macy Lewis, taking on Slow Burn here in just a moment's time. What do you say, folks? Keep it right here for more action from the BullShooter South Carolina Regional.
Almost got a little Macho Man out of you there. Keep it right here. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Keep it right here.
Do it. Keep it right here. Alrighty, guys. Be back in just a moment when that final is ready. In the meantime, board 3 here. Enjoy this third place match in our pro doubles. We'll be back in just a moment. It's time for the finals here in our women's doubles 301 bracket for our coverage here at the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina BullShooter stop on our 39th annual World Tour. I'm Nick Teixeira, joined by Will Stewart on the call for what should be a firecracker of a match. It's up to Macy Lewis.
Yeah, excited for this one. I mean, we've seen what Macy and Dawn did yesterday in their doubles matchups, winning the final there. Can they double dip the finals and possibly win the title once again? They're your queen seat holders. So that's got to take some factor into this, right?
Yeah, a little bit of an X factor on Dawn in particular. She's definitely not as sharp as she has been in the 2 days prior, but for every bit where she's kind of dulled the knife, Macy sharpened it. She's looking really good on the dartboard right now. We'll see what she's able to do. It's going to be up to her to do her conquest. The thing about Debbie and Sissy, though, is that they both hit hat tricks in that last match there, and we all know with a 301 format, a hat trick is massive.
It truly is, and they can sneak that in at any point, so might as well do it now, Debbie. Do it now. Okay, maybe not. But, yeah, so if you're going to throw in a few hat tricks here, that can very well play a big one. I think we've mentioned it. One bull is probably your minimum here to probably get through. As in one bull around.
Yes. Nope, one bull the whole game.
One bull the entire game.
You want to give a shout out to Sissy? I was playing the blind draw last night, and she said, "Here you go," and bought me a beer. So shout out to that. I always say no.
You don't drink.
I don't. But when I'm playing the professional darts commentator Nick Teixeira does not. Dart player playing in a blind draw Nick Teixeira does.
Okay, there you go. Good excuse. Yeah, and we always mention it. You know, a lot of people ask us during the day, and we just say, "Hey, no thanks." You know, another time, and when we do get that being a dart player again, yeah, it's nice that people offer it or just sometimes just bring it up to you, and you're like, "Oh, well, okay, thank you, appreciate it."
Oh, I'm excited because you guys, if you want to see that, Will Stewart in Nebraska, we're going to make him play one of the blind draws, and you guys can do whatever you want. Get him going crazy.
No way. No way.
Oh, yeah, we got to advertise your barrel somehow, or else it'll never sell.
True, but I got a lot of crazy memes coming.
You do.
Just for you all. All right, back to the match here. Macy, both her and Dawn at 133, but how about this look? Oh! She leaves herself 33, though, and she just collected, so not a bad leave.
She also said, "Hey, Mom, that's how you shoot the 133. It's pretty close. Just shoot bull, hit a 11, go crazy."
They may have had a bet on this 133 going into it. We'll see, Mom. What do you think?
She's laughing. What do you got for us, Don? Oh, kind of wanted to see another attempt at it.
Yeah, can't go now after the first start. And unfortunately, yeah, leaves herself at 103. Uh-oh.
It needs to get below 63 is the target line to freeze. Can't freeze now. So
that's difficult.
Does get away with it, but Macy under a little bit of pressure now. She kind of has to take this. You don't want Debbie to have 3 clear at 40. Don't want to go high into the 14. Well, low. Big singles coming up. Big single 13. No. If you're going to miss, that was the best possible miss.
Yeah, she's left it a couple, well, at least one time that we know of before. But
oh, it does freeze.
Do the same.
Yeah. I'm slow. I'm a little slow today.
I've been hitting at it the whole time and whatnot, but okay. 3 for 50.
Now 107 will get an opportunity here. Can't go bull if you want to get the finish. Yeah, she had to go over to the 15s. And now Debbie will be frozen again, so another 6 darts for the win for leg number 1 here. And does get it there. I do apologize about my Sunday commentary call on that one.
Hey, that's okay, buddy. I pretty much assumed it was freeze rule the whole time, so.
Well, to be fair, normally for the longest time you were like, I don't really play freeze. I don't know freeze. And now it's at the point where I've lost all my remaining brain cells and I spent the last couple of them teaching you, so we're good.
Well, there's Debbie throwing in 2 big ones. Setting her self up 193. Yeah, I've kind of taken on. There's still moments where I'm like, wait a second. But yeah, thankfully, I think you fully understand things playing rather than just talking about it. So yeah, it helps to still remain active at some point on both the soft tip and steel tip side. But I rarely ever play freeze rule because I just don't have freeze around me. If that makes
Because
sense.
he doesn't
So
have
none
a
of the
friend to play
blinds.
darts with. He needs a
That's
partner.
it. Wah, 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 wah.
Well, do you have an update here as that match finished on board number 3? Baba Yaga will be taking on Braswell, and Sturbins making the run back after losing out in the top 4 to Baba Yaga in a last leg decider there. So that match will not start until this one concludes, though.
Hey, good stuff, though. We get a good matchup. We're finding on 2 very good opponents for Baba Yaga as they try to double dip the doubles. As both CSC competitors that we've commentated on before in Richard Sturbins and Austin. I mean, this should be an appetizing one.
So is that hat trick that we just saw right there from Macy, putting the pressure on as Debbie was out in front leading the pack, and still is, but they're neck and neck there. Really, Sissy and Dawn now fighting to see if the freeze can come into line or make sure that one doesn't come into line for their own team. This is still any girl's game.
Yeah, we call that a clutch dart from Firecracker there. And this is interesting now because another bull. Oh, if she would have hit another bull, that would have been clutch from the mom as well.
Well, now Debbie trying to take the swing here. Getting a little crazy with it using the bottom of the board. Scoring power still takes precedent a lot of the times, but 1-2-4 now will have the opportunity. Bull for double 12. Needs to find one. Does find one. Even neck and neck, and it's between Sissy and that girl.
There you go, 140. So can't get under the score line, Don. So no matter what, you're in a tight position here and really tight now if you're the team of Slow Burn.
Yeah, this is a very tough position for yourself. Combined 120 for the other team means that freeze is going on now. So Debbie cannot even take out 76. So this might be a 2 and done here potentially.
That's looking likely at the moment as we'll see how Macy attacks this here.
Oh, too many.
Oh, yeah, that's a difficult one.
It's difficult to bust there too, because Sissy, if she hits 2 bowls here, could guarantee that Debbie will not be frozen. Just getting under 56 is the target line. It still guarantees that the freeze will be in play now. Debbie will not have a shot once again. Dawn Lewis, your runner-up in ladies singles.
Yeah, that win percentage was swaying the other way, and now it holds true. And she takes it out. There you go. A double dip on the doubles from the mother-daughter duo.
Yeah, and you can see the respect and then a high five between the mother-daughter. And I think that solidifies Dawn as our women's MVP for the weekend with winning both doubles with her daughter and getting second place in singles and a pretty good run in triples. I would have to say she's going to be happy with the weekend here.
You certainly have to. And congrats to Slow Burn on their second place finish. As you can see over there, we got our pro finals coming up here in just a moment as they're taking a few warm-up darts.
Yeah, they're going to be getting set up. They were waiting right on the rafters here, kind of just keeping their eye on it for this match to finish up here. They wanted to be respectful and wait for the ladies to finish, which we absolutely love. What gentlemen we have here at the BullShooter. It is going to revert back to a race to 3 format that we're going to be seeing Braswell and Servins taking on Baba Yaga. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it now because I'm tired of hearing it. I will not curse Austin Braswell this match. I will not make any predictions about this match, and I will only call what I see in front of me.
You just told me that he was going to win. Oh, sorry. Never mind.
Don't lie.
Anyway.
Do you think I would ever talk that highly about one of my dart partners? I am looking forward to playing a tournament with him in about 1 month. I actually just booked my flights for that yesterday.
There you go. Good on you. Have you started taking advantage of, I don't know, TSA pre-check yet, Nick?
Well, what are your predictions for this match?
All righty, moving forward. Here we go. Take a closer look at our diddle. Braswell Sturbins puts one in the double segment. John Liggett not able to do so. So the advantage subtly towards Braswell and Sturbins, although they have some work to do with a double dip.
Yeah, this should be an interesting matchup here. Well, I'm not while not making any predictions, I can at least say these are two teams that you kind of expected to be here between Baba Yaga's run and the name prowess and firepower of the Florida boys here. Austin Braswell is going to start things off here. Newly acquired Booyah Darts player.
This is double in, double out, folks, as you can see there on the screen. So Braswell able to capitalize with a second dart for a total of 60.
It's all about getting in no matter what. Money on the mind and triples on the darts there. 1-3-4 in for Brian Langley.
Yeah. Perfect in for him up in his standards.
Do you want to shout
double
out?
10.
Sorry.
Double 10 is interesting. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I agree with you. That it is fascinating. As I just saw a comment, Richard Ott says, "Can Austin Braswell break the stream curse?" And it has 1 like on the comment from Austin Braswell just now. Austin is watching the chat as he's going.
Hope he's not listening to the chat.
Well, when we played our live stream match, did you look at the chat at all? Because I saw you had your phone out there, but I refused to look at the phone at all while we were playing.
I had my phone up just in case it went down or anything.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, and then I was kind of joking, messing around at the very beginning, and then I really quickly realized that I needed to take match serious. And
because I can throw.
No, not really.
You just felt like you randomly needed to take it seriously at some point?
Yeah, that's it. All right, Langley, here we go. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Leave him at 270, a ton away from a 170 checkout op.
Well, whatever Serpents hits here, plus 40 points is what Liggett's going to have in mind. And it's going to be a lot. Look at this, a 171 from Rich Sturbins.
That's brutal for John, not getting in on that first round. Yeah, really not helpful for Brian either.
No, this is very detrimental. And he does get in on the 5th dart there. And 6th dart, not really collecting too much. So massive advantage for the team going first. Get a solid 85 scoring round there. Wanted a little bit more juice on it because Brian here, his whole goal is hit at least 100. Leave a 170, maybe a 130, and just try to chop this down here because he might only get one opportunity, one shot. Take the moment.
Okay, Eminem. Yeah, leaves the 130 look. Sturbins throw back a good number.
Taking a note out of the Paul Murphy's book, using the 19s like this, both from Jacksonville, Florida. Liggett going to go ahead and start to leg it down the finish line here, trying to get some points on the board.
Not a bad 140, considering the circumstances.
Yeah, it does help the cause a little bit. 125 is going to be the target line to get underneath here, and now will not be able to do so on this last turn. So 130 will have a chance here, and Austin only teed up at 170 with 46 points on the turn.
I think this has to go if you're Brian.
If not, there's a good chance he'll be frozen.
Oh, boy. What a good opportunity. What a great opportunity.
Oh, kicks up on the last. That was a great swing on the shot there.
That was an excellent swing. He leaves the double 5, so pretty good little leave there, considering. And if John is able to hit a 180, but will it matter? That's a great turn from Sturbins. Excellent turn, to be a matter of fact. 133 to leave 62.
Yeah, it's a position where no matter if John hits perfection or not, the freeze will be coming into play here.
Yeah.
As long as Austin Braswell doesn't bust the 170, which is incredibly hard to do, you expect Brian to be frozen. Going to continue to chuck away at this one here. Not going to be super happy with the visit. 172 combined, though, is enough to get the freeze. So 10 will get chopped down to, I would assume 4 or 8. I would prefer 4, get as low as possible. Yep, that's what he does.
Sturbins for 62. I always go the classic trip 10 here. Set up 32. He's thinking the same, and he's thinking an out.
Well, the Florida boys get the first leg on the board here. And getting a little bit of momentum early on this final is going to be key. Again, last time these teams played, it went down to a last leg decider where Baba Yaga won it out here. Neither team is going to take this lightly by any means, but of course, just a little bit more work to do for the Florida boys there.
No, this is an excellent final. And Braswell and Sturbins definitely a team that can do the deed here and double dip Baba Yaga for the title. They're just used to pressure-filled matches these days. I mean, don't get me wrong, Brian and John are, but I mean, just you. I don't know, Sturbins and Braswell. There's something about being in the CSC Challenger Series, doing those race to nines, and that constant pressure you're under.
Yeah, it truly helps refine these players in their games to be into levels where they truly start to feel new heights and comforts, right? I mean, we talk about Rich Sturbins and Austin Braswell having interesting parallels in their career. Rich Sturbins, a guy that was at top of the local game, one of the top 5 in the Central Florida area at the same time where, you know, we got true vintage Kenny Doyle and the others. And then taking a long step away from the game, 10 plus years before getting back into it just 2-3 years ago now. Vice versa, Austin Braswell really didn't start playing darts until 2021 and has continually tried to raise his average and his boundaries year after year and has done so with relative ease almost.
Braswell would have liked this flat ton there. Have to settle with the 81. Can we make the executive decision standing forth because we're so close to Christmas? No longer Kenny Doyle. It's Chris Kringle from here on out.
Ooh, I didn't get the chance to try Kringle and Plover. I kept forgetting.
Oh, my. Nick! Why would you? It's the perfect, delicious pastry for the morning. High in sugar. Great to get the energy up. Oh, and so tasty. Langley has 3.67. Good time for a 95 or even a 1.33.
Yeah, doing a good job, Langley is, of staying out in front. Austin's going to try to challenge the throw here. You're going to need to really kind of put a big pressure shot in to get himself in range, if for nothing else than to be knocking on the door of leaving a finish. Helpful in the last, but not enough to really tip the needle one way or another, as he does a little prance off to the side there. Majestic.
Well, Brian set himself with a good opportunity here. He kind of actually made a smart strategic play. I don't know if he meant it or not, but I'm usually thinking about the checkout about 350 range and what have you. So he set up a 272, and with that 272, what he can do is he can go 20s. If you hit 80, you take a look at 25, and then you set up the 167. So it's about games play here and knowing your math to set yourself up.
That's pretty good insight there. I actually wasn't picking up too much on that one. It shows some of the expertise, especially with your steel tip centric background.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what helps for me. But started knowing a routine pretty quick, and you can see it here. 25. He should go 25, and he does not. That's a play. That's a play right there. So he did not factor that in, but he should have.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of an error. I think after the first two darts, even if he wasn't sure of the routing decision, could have taken a step back and realized what he needed there. But he might have been one of those headspaces of, okay, well, I have to hit a trip or else I can't leave a finish, not factoring what the bull could provide there.
That bull just provided a little bit extra. So we'll see. Can John be a saving grace? Looks like he can be.
He will be.
Stays true on the 20s, yeah.
Yeah, incredible stuff there. The 135 to tee up on 117 puts a lot of pressure here on Rich, who did not collect particularly well on his last turn to find a decent scoring round. He bailed on his 19s. He's upstairs. Doesn't find a meaningful trip here, meaning that the 191 is going to get chopped on down. Braswell not on a finish at 172, and a lot of momentum going to Baba Yaga in like number 2.
Not a bad leave of 92.
Yeah, but of course, Austin's going to try to tee himself up even better here. Make him feel a little bit of pressure. This is a good shot here. How about a 168 to leave 4? Beautiful shot from Braswell.
Excellent high ton there. Yeah, he kind of knew what he was doing right off the bat. So 172, 4 18s is 72. So he could have taken that shot to leave something there, and look, paid off.
You know what? I think I'm going to have Austin go first on our double steel tip adventure here in December.
That's probably a smart strategic move there, Nick. If I were you, just go ahead and let the guy that usually plays start.
Yeah, the guy that also has been apparently working on his math skills. Me, not so much. That's a good saving grace shot from Sturbins, but unfortunately should not matter, as this is pretty much guaranteed to be a freeze. 152 combined, so just needs to get 51 points or more. Or 41 points or more, excuse me. It doesn't matter if you take it out anyways. They're 1-1 on the scoreline in this final.
He struck gold once again. 92 check for Langley. Once again, Baba Yaga, your king seat holders. They only need 1 scoop. The other team needs 2. The old double dip, please.
Yeah,
what flavors do you fancy?
Baskin Robbins has 52 flavors. Make sure to try one of each. Not sponsored.
What did you just say?
Doesn't Baskin Robbins have 52 flavors ice cream, or is it 32?
It's 31.
31?
Pretty sure it's 31.
I don't know. I haven't been to Baskin Robbins since they were in the Ant-Man movie. Here we go. Brian Langley getting a good end, 134 on the open. A perfect end for what he was aiming at. Double 10 for the 19s. Will is furiously typing to see how many flavors of ice cream Baskin
You're
Robbins
dang
has.
right. Dang right. I'm pretty sure it's 31. Let us know in the chat, folks. This is the kind of information we need to know.
As well, taking a deep breath here. Did get 100 on the previous visit. He's going to need to try to just settle into place here. You just don't want to break a throw in this leg right now. You can't afford that pressure to be on your shoulders even more so than it already is, knowing how tall of a task you have in front of you.
Exactly. You know, we mentioned at the very beginning of the day, Brian Langley was struggling right off the bat, and I said it's just the very beginning. He tends to kick on towards the end of the event, and look what he's doing here right now. Trip 19 sets up the 250 look here. It's excellent.
It absolutely is, and Servants and Austin having a pretty okay-ish performance is how I would define this leg.
Pretty okay-ish.
That's how you would
okay-ish.
Because like right now they have the throw. They're averaging a 26 and a 29. That target line, like I said, is around that 33, so not far off from it. But a couple of stray darts here, and the fact that Brian's averaging a 41 means that their throw's getting challenged now.
Yeah, and it is, and it's a 25.67 now for John. He's doing just enough to help out his partner. But here we go, Austin Braswell. The big one? No.
Now 250 to get chopped on down here. Can you leave a finish? Had to go for the cover shot. We'll stay. And does not leave a finish. So now as quickly as it was in the favor of Baba Yaga, that was a big sign of relief here as Serpens and Braswell have opportunities to leave themselves finishes now. And now just Braswell will.
Ooh. Great recovery. Big 140. 177 is what you got to cue in here. 177 is what you got to cue in here. That is okay. A 180 is fine. 180 leaves yourself at the 167 range. But almost at it.
It does get to 135 for Austin Braswell, so a good visit there as well. 192 for Brian Langley to get brought on down. We'll get brought on down.
This is getting interesting.
This is absolutely getting interesting.
What a 180 from Langley. Back to Sturbins at 187. A slack around here gives it to John.
That's not too much slack there. The 100 is a solid round.
That last dart was key.
75 is the target line, so you need to get to 74 or less if you're Mr. Danger. So a good round could still do it. But you need pretty much perfection here.
And that's the thing, that last dart from Sturbins was kind of a big one in regards to that, because he forced John a lot of pressure to convert.
And he needed to find at least 2 meaningful trips and then the bull not go. So now Braswell with an opportunity. And also on top of that, Brian will not have a chance at the 12 here more than likely.
Tops.
All right,
Tops
Boogie
taken.
Braswell. Not too bad. Turns out when I don't make predictions, he does better.
Well, we saw what your prediction did to Mr. Patrick McLeavy earlier on the weekend. We do apologize for that, Patrick.
He came up to me and he just started shaking his head. He put his head down to the floor and kept walking away.
Wanted no part of that garbage from you.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Wow, that was definitely bad, buddy. That's as bad as it's going to get as a commentator.
He then said,
once again, look at this from Langley. Once again.
1-3-4 on the end. We've seen that in back-to-back legs from himself there. Absolutely. Here's the thing. When it comes to ends, of course, double 20, trip 20, trip 20 is ideal, or even technically double bull, trip 20, trip 20 is the best possible end. Don't shoot that. But the thing is, Brian has hit that double 10 on the first or second dart almost every single time and has done the transition to 19 almost flawlessly. If you're going to be hitting an end that you're comfortable with and it's collecting that much, there's no notes. You can just keep on doing it.
Keep on trucking, baby. Just like a good Temptation song.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep, that's it. Knew it. Sturbins has to get in. Has to get in. Does so.
Yeah, if Braswell and Sturbins can get it done in this leg, then they'll be happy to go right into the next set. Of course, Baba Yaga are going to do anything in their power to try to stop this here.
Oh, certainly so. They want to win this and win it in this set here.
Braswell, good dart there. He can work up on it. He does do that. It's another solid 100 in. Very consistent from Boogie.
Yeah, it looks like he does tend to try to go up on it rather than float down for a marker dart. Something to keep in mind for future streams with Austin.
Nope, we'll forget by next time.
Yeah, we probably will. We just stream so often.
Shout out to Team No Name, who is your seat holders in the non-pro doubles, as currently both 5th, 6th place matches are underway and partway in. Do you want to give a shout out? I'm going to figure out real quick who am I shouting at right now? Let's see.
Who am I?
Who are you?
Who?
Team No Name is going to be Michael Smith. Yeah, that one. And Ryan Valino. Yeah, Michael Smith coming in as a non-pro was shocking news for the Shot sponsored player.
Oh, definitely. That's a good round from Austin.
Whew, what a find there.
Big 140 to leave the 161.
Yeah, that's absolutely massive. It will get your team the first look at a finish. Takes a little pressure off of Rich here. He still needs to focus on getting good scoring, especially with whatever John here does.
60.
Okay, he did switch. Want to make sure that would have left the 170 if he hit the trip. Sturbins here looking for about a ton, right? Of course, you want to hit all three, but if you get at least a ton here or 5 mark, depending on what number you're shooting at, that is going to be your goal on the visit.
And a slack turn from Sturbins.
Yeah, 420 points combined for the other team here, and it's going to continue to get chopped away turn after turn now. Brian's going to try to put a lot of pressure on Austin and make Austin feel like he has to hit this 161.
Oh, that's okay. 95 is definitely okay. That slid into the 60 bed. Oh, my. But look at this from Austin. 51. 50.
Nails it! Oh, my goodness!
What a huge 161 checkout to take him to a second set.
Austin Braswell, ladies and gentlemen. That is a beautiful shot there, and just absolutely drilled it with no hesitation, and giving a sense of shell shock. That's the type of spark that can ignite a double dip scenario here, as that will get our set ready to go here. Oh my goodness.
Hello. Magnificent stuff. We'll take just a second here, it looks like, before we get underway.
Yeah, well, they're just flipping to see who shows on the diddle here. That's a good diddle.
That'll work.
Ligon saying, I can hit the double bowl too. It's not that special. It's still very special. That was a great shot. Well, here we go, folks. It looks like the team of B Danger is going to begin the start here. Baba Yaga, that is. And just the bare minimum in there, considering we've been seeing 1-3-4s out of Langley time and time again.
Yeah, exactly. Just the bare minimum.
STC on YouTube says, that's my son. I taught him everything he knows. And then Stacy Braswell saying, I have to be nice to him when he gets home.
Just a little, not a lot.
Well, here's the thing, though. That shot's a massive and deserves all the respect, but the hard part is still to come, which is to win the second part of the dip. The pressure will be on here.
Certainly so.
So far out in front, and it looks like things are going well. And Servant's doing a great job of doing the supporting role, as he has said, I'm more than just support, finding a 160 on the open.
Yeah, he's been finding numerous rounds of 2 trebles. So anytime you can do that, that's going to help out your opponent here. And I mean, I'm going to give the odds favorite to Braswell and Sturbins right now. Yeah, you give it to him after getting the first dip, but I don't know. They just seem to be impressive right here.
Ryan Keith asking, you guys going to be at Florida State? Nope. Next weekend is going to be the New York BullShooter. So that is where I will be. Will be remotely helping with the Seacoast Dart Tournament. And Sean Green will be out there with me in person, which is also joining in the chat. But good luck to all my Florida friends playing in the state tournament. I know if I wasn't at an event, I would either be trying to stream it or play in it. I'd be trying to play in it. That's the answer.
Yeah, let's be honest, Nick. You can't get away from playing darts right now.
I love it.
You're addicted.
Oh, Rich Sturbins wanted to collect. He said, I'm still not going to miss the triples, but he was on for the 9. Then he had to
hit 3 of them there. He hit 3 triples there. They just happened to be in the neighboring beds on a few.
Now Austin Braswell with an opportunity here. Does need to collect on a big turn. Put some pressure on this. The bare minimum, again, going to be another 100 scoring round to just challenge the throw. But is in a little bit of trouble here and does not have an ideal turn. 28. That's an English breakfast with some extra beans.
Yum. Not the ideal round for John. Not in the slightest.
Yeah, this is definitely a lackluster leg for everybody except Rich Sturbins, it seems. Who has definitely caught a heater here and showing why they used to call him the King.
The Tiger King. How dang you care, Baskins?
Killed her husband and, in fact, whacked him.
Langley leaves the 180. Braswell love a good leave here for himself, just to help out his partner. Well, there you go, John. 2 big trip 20s. Right back in it.
Yeah, and does keep things alive, but of course, Rich Durbin's here with the 1, 2, 3. Good go. Let's see how he approaches this one here.
Gotta go to 19s first. Trip. Oh, that's an interesting way to go out of it. I would have went trip 10 myself to leave the double 18, but he does successfully bring it down a little bit further. You got to factor in the freeze rule, so
Yeah,
that's why he did that.
Yeah, and he also wanted to get a shot at bull if he needed to, if he hit the single 16. $271 for Braswell. Needs to focus on just making sure Servants will get to attack at this 9 here. So a solid scoring around is all that's going to be requested here, and put pressure on Liggett to do the same.
Yeah, that one skidded by me there. I don't know how it did, Nick, but good catch on the 16s, because that was dumb that I just said.
No, it's okay. It makes up for my freeze rule comment earlier, so now we're even.
Boom. Even
Boom.
Stevens.
Quick acting snack.
But he did have 6 darts.
He did. Oh, here we go. Sturbin's 1 for double 4. Never 3 for double 3. Someone did that to me last night, and I'm still not over it. You can also go 5 for double 2 here. Depends on your preference of double. I like the 1 to double 4, though. It's the easiest transition. Rich Sturbin's getting notifications from his fans back at home. Guys, stop messaging
look.
them.
I mean, 1, 2, 3. Am I right there?
What happened?
Well, it's a combined score, right? So 2.
Oh, he was frozen by 1.
214. He was frozen by 1.
Wow. Apologies there. Now we're uneven again as I immediately busted another call.
That's what I was like. He was frozen by 1 point.
Whoopsie.
I like how Sean commented 214 versus 214, then realized it was 213.
It's okay. It turns out none of the commentators know what's going on at any point in time. It has been a day of Sunday commentary between the long hour streaming yesterday and the day before, and then the tech issues we've been having today. Definitely showing its cracks in the armor there, and I just want to let you guys know I'm not sorry. I'm trying my best, and you guys should accept that.
It's quite all right.
Do apologize, though, guys.
People are just trying to help us out. So here, John asking Brian, hey, what do you want to do here?
Yeah, Richard Ott's bringing up a great point, though. Austin should not have gone 17 in his last start. 19 was safe for the cover or bull. Yeah, absolutely right there. And we'll make sure that Servants does not get another shot here. Tees himself up. I think he probably should have considered bringing that down just a little bit more there.
That's all right. Tops. Both of them there. So Sturbins. Yeah. How much you can do.
Hold it there. So Langley with an opportunity now to take leg number 1, kind of take the wind out of the sails of Austin and Rich here.
1-0.
Advantage back for the first time in this final now for Baba Yaga. Braswell and Serban's going to need to course correct here. And Serban's, I mean, caught a heater. If he can keep up scoring power like that, it's going to be a lot tougher of a team of Braswell and Serban's to handle than it was prior. Austin there, of course, having an off leg, but otherwise has been pretty sharp as well.
Yeah, I mean, Serban's catching fire at the right time. The last few legs for him have been pretty good. So, oh, hello.
In fact, a rut-row raggy moment there.
Oh, Brian hasn't missed much.
Not
at all.
Today, not so
on
much.
the ends. Yeah.
He's been pretty efficient on them, which is why we haven't been able to, even if we wanted to criticize the double time, which I don't have an issue with for the record, especially if you hit it every single time. This is the first time where he has not gotten in on the first or second dart in the entirety of his streaming run today. Look at there. Does do a good job getting the 98 in, making up for a little bit of lost ground there, but Austin Braswell, of course, leading the pack. Started going by Boogie Braswell after NDA Team Dirt, where he kept boogieing on the camera and dancing around.
That's a good one. That'll work. 81.
Here's the other hard part, right? If you're in Brian's position, is the fact that it's so easy, and it seems like he's going to do just fine with this. But a lot of players, when they fail to get in, then pressure themselves to almost over push a little bit and amp themselves up too much to try to make up for lost time. In this case, the exact opposite here. Nails the 134.
But he's hit that open numerous times already today, and yeah, just unfortunately didn't get in the first round, but does collect in the second. But look at Sturbans go. Good low ton.
Yeah, no, Sturbans doing phenomenal and has gotten better throughout the entirety of this match so far. Does look like our mixed doubles cricket is now underway here. We have 130 players, 65 teams playing in that one.
It's a good amount.
It's not too bad.
Not too bad.
Good last start on the 19s there. They've been trusty friends here for Brian throughout the entirety of this match. He seems to be hitting them pretty ruthlessly. It's one of those things where, of course, 20s are going to be what you're naturally going to shoot. It's the highest worth segment. But there's no shame in saying, you know what, right now the 19s feel free, and when they start drying up the well a little bit, that's when you can make the more traditional switch back. Sometimes we get so stuck in the mentality of what the correct shot is versus what shot we're just actually hitting.
Well, somehow or another, we're pretty close here. Look at this from John. Big 180 as he sets up the 83, and Brian has kind of snuck back in. That clutch open from him, not necessarily the first or third round going his way, but, I mean, now all of a sudden, we could be sitting 2-0.
Yeah, that's all in testament to Brian recovering on that big end. But then secondly, the fact that John has just done his part and then some, really putting the pressure on the other team. Austin there does hit the 100th, leave a 158, but that's no gimme. Ryan Blakely asking, I find it strange when guys double in on 19, they go for trip 20. Brian went 19's first round, then 20s. I mean, the idea is that he started on the bottom of the board, so he wants to stay on the bottom of the board, but he's approaching with a clean slate, and he's probably just as comfortable, if not more comfortable, on the 20s versus the 19s.
Okay, so here we go. 83.
17s for double 16. Over to the 16s. Over to double 9. Nails it there for a 2-0 win. Checks out the 83 and a 12 darter there. Big find for John Liggett. Well, this is completely shifted on its head. I'm going to be honest. Austin hitting the 1-6-1 to win the first set 2-1, or 3-1, excuse me. I thought completely they would be able to ride the momentum into this next one. And anything but that's been happening. If anything, Baba Yaga's just consistently found their ways to gain those extra darts at doubles that have been meaningful. Crucial even.
In for Brian. He does make that switch. He felt like maybe he just didn't like the position. He goes, flips it once again.
He's done that like 15 times now with a live stream.
So Brian stands on the left-hand side of the throw line, and I think that he felt he was just a little bit blocked there on the trip 7, so that's why he transferred upstairs. So just a little insight on that move. I know we had a question about it.
Yeah, well, Will said.
Oof.
Yeah, that's going to be frustrating there. You don't want that to affect you too much. I don't know if that's a little bit of an adrenaline dump for John or just a little bit of an unfortunate turn there. But Austin and Rich are going to try to jump on this opportunity here.
They will. They will. 180 for Braswell.
Boogie, woogie, woogie. Brian's going to have to try to do what John did for him the last leg, which is hit some big swings there and race to the finish line. But 96, good go at it. Not enough on the visit, though. And Rich Sturbins is going to try to pile on pressure even more so here. Kirby's saying double 20, in my opinion, is the hardest double. It's like double 3, but up top.
How tall are you? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It shouldn't matter.
Yeah, so for instance, Will has to shoot double 3, but I get to shoot double 20.
That's rude. I'm bull height. Okay, thank you very much.
I'm bull height. Put that on a Tinder bio. Braswell going to be the first one to finish, potentially. Does still need to find a treble now. Does do so and tees up a 150.
Yeah, not a bad leave there. A couple different options he can choose from. And another good one from Langley. Problem is he's still back in the 200s, and John's back in the 400s. So,
yeah, so far, for the most part here, especially with Rich now correcting and finding the 20, you kind of expect this to at least get a leg on the board for Braswell and Sturbins here. It's going to be tough, though, knowing that they then have to break the throw after. So there's no cause for celebration yet for either team at the moment. So 150 will be the look here. Doesn't get it there, so it's just going to focus on setting it up here. He gets it all the way down the 20s. Great shot there from Braswell.
Good finish. Good leave of a double 10.
And on top of that, it just puts it in a position where it doesn't matter as much what Brian does here. There's going to be a high chance of freezing here with significant signs of missed opportunities, it seems, for Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
Does need to make sure to be a little careful here. That's going to be a little bit of an opening here. A big round can kind of flip the script a little bit now. John needs to find some perfection, though. Anything less is not going to be enough. Not enough to get below the target line here in case Austin misses, which, of course, he does not intend on doing here. 3 darts clear for a leg on the board.
There you go.
It is now 2-1 in this final here for our pro doubles 0-1. Brian and John will get the start. If they defend their throw, they are your champions and will go on the perfect run for Brian, barring mixed doubles. Where's Austin and Rich? Hungry for the win here. If they get the win, then they just need to focus on getting a big diddle in the following.
Yeah, they need to. Brian and John need to get this done here, I think. If not, they have potential to unfortunately lose that. I think it comes down to the diddle, of course, but I think the confidence and momentum will be in Braswell and Sturban's way. So get it done here, guys.
That's what the game plan is. All 4 of these players have really shown us some brilliance in this matchup, though. Everyone has had their moments between Servants on a breakaway, Austin Braswell with the 161, Langley with his efficient finishing, or John with his timely unfreezes and setups. Everybody's had their moments now, and the question is who's clicking towards the end here?
Exactly that. Brian 4.62. He's been gunning at these 19s most of the tournament. And only 57 here in this round.
Now, Braswell, of course, needs to take advantage of a little bit of a breakaway. He does get underneath that first dart there and is able to get another one in there as well. That's a pretty impressive shot.
It really is, and that momentum starts to shift here towards Braswell and Sturbans. We'll see, John. Come on now. Right back to him.
Finds a 140 in response.
That will do. That will do.
And Sturbans 33 on the turn. That's a lax visit. It matters if Brian hits a big one here, too, because Austin's not on the finish yet. If Brian hits some big shots here, it could set up a freeze. That's going to be your game plan that you're starting to think out now. If it's otherwise, you're going to leave it to an opportunity where Austin and John will have the first looks at outs. Of course, Austin would have that first opportunity then, and that's what you're trying to avoid if you're the team with the throw here, Baba Yaga.
Ooh, transfer down.
This is exactly what he did in the previous
switch.
leg. He
Switch.
He had 201 with 1 dart in hand and left 150.
You gotta do that switch there. Those hanging darts were tough.
Yeah, absolutely do. And 150, of course, the 17 cover shot's not too surprising. The Florida guys love their 17s, man, and that's a very unfortunate miss there. Hitting just a single one the last start means that that's not a leave. 166 is a bogey, much like most of the time I golf.
That is a very big miss.
Yeah.
I think that could be the miss that cost him here.
Especially with Sturbans finding a 140 on the turn there, getting back in line for the scoring here. This is huge. This is a complete momentum shift now. Brian's going to need to collect. 98 on the turn. It's a solid visit, but not enough to tip the needle.
It's not bad, but another triple there helps significantly. And instead, here we go. 2 trip 19s. Oh.
And last time Austin hit the trip 18 to leave 20. He did not hit it this time and left himself a little worse for wear.
I don't mind the trip 19 looks there. 2 of them, it leaves you the double 18. 51, just outside to leave 74. So once again, we are pretty tight here, depending on Sturban's throw. So I feel like 1 triple is a necessity here. Potentially a 98 to leave 170.
Let's get to 168, focusing on just bringing it down there. Now it's up to Brian to try to get down the rest of the distance needed.
And he could have potentially looked over, but he's thinking extra points help here. So
he needs to get to 93 or less. That would freeze Austin Braswell here. Triple do it. Doesn't go, so now 73 has a chance. Austin Braswell, ladies and gentlemen, can he boogie on to a tiebreaker here in our last deciding set? One dart.
14 for tops.
Nails it. Nails it. 2-2 here. It will go the full distance, it seems, as this could be anybody's game, and this is going to be a very, very impactful diddle.
Yeah, cued in for the last leg decider for it all. John will get the first look.
And outside and well low. Very beatable diddle here as the king has a laugh with Austin, looks over and realizes this opportunity is a big one. See, the cam is shaking with anticipation. Oh, Rich Sturbans just completely flubbed it.
Oh my goodness.
That was in a pro doubles bracket. That is one of the freest diddles possible. And instead just doesn't go. A massive misplay here as Austin says, no, you're good. It's okay.
Wow.
Unbelievable. John and Brian probably can't even imagine that they would have gotten a start after their diddle, but they are. It's up to them to take advantage of it. Will the perfection streak continue for Brian Langley? Him and John Liggett have a tough matchup ahead of them here. One leg left of it.
Anyone's game here, but I told you I gave the advantage to Braswell and Sturbans if they won that leg. We'll see if that holds true or not. And a little excitement here on Braswell from, I think that may have caused it. That little fist pump he gave, a little excitement for getting to this last leg decider, and unfortunately does not go in this first round.
And that could be detrimental, especially if John doesn't struggle on the end. He will not. This is going to be something costly for the Florida boys, potentially. I think between the combination of the missed diddle shock and a little bit of the adrenaline dump from getting to this point, this pressure is monumental that they're facing. Rich Sturbans needs to hit a bailout policy here. He needs to be the one to get them out in front. Barely gets in, and just a single 20. The advantage fully in Baba Yaga's hands right now.
Yeah, certainly so. I mean, the advantage heavily in their favor. Brian, just keep the throttle down. Another 19. Floats it into the singles threes, but it's okay. It's okay.
And now Austin here with another chance, another opportunity.
Pinning a high ton. Pinning a high ton.
It does get the 120 in there to help close that distance, keep him neck and neck with Brian. That's a little bit of a let off. Not enough to challenge the throw yet, though. We'll see what happens here. $140 on the shot. Solid stuff. John Liggett has been probably the most consistent in their duo, while Brian having the high ceiling, showing that consistency, reigning true, and when it matters most right now.
Back to Brian.
Brian taking that extra moment to try to just focus on the composure here. Solid 99 scoring around there. Austin needs to challenge us, though.
Yeah, Austin's got a challenge, but no way they can leave a checkout between Austin or Rich. So it's kind of really looking at John's scoreline right here, if he can leave that opportunity or not.
And another
That's not
massive
flub.
flub.
He needed more than that. Austin needed to put himself at least in the 290, 280 range.
Yeah, there's no real way for him to do anything substantial from 346, even with a perfect turn. This is getting a little shaky, but that's another shaky turn there from John. It's up to Rich now to kind of take control of this one here. This is a stumble to the finish line, it seems, in this matchup.
Disturbance may just take it here. Look at this.
Getting out in front of the pack here. Good stuff there from Rich Durbins. It's up to Brian and John now. They need to try to leave themselves finishes here. Austin to get himself down, and then Rich to get himself to a finish as well. Oh, this could be an interesting moment. Can he get one more trip on the board? Brian does not leave a finish. Austin now needs to focus on bringing it down if the Florida boys want to have a chance. Advantage still in Baba Yaga's favor.
Braswell going down. Collects. What a 137. Now, do things start to get interesting here? John, you've got to get at least one triple. There's one.
Gets himself to the 1, 2, 3 there. So we'll be the first look at a checkout, but Rich has an opportunity to leave a cleaner checkout. He needs to find another big turn. He really just needs about 6 perfect darts here. That's what he's thinking. 1, 2, 2 is a better checkout than 1, 2, 3. You could do the 418s for bull routes.
Yep. Stay on that same wedge rather than float around.
And we'll see what happens here. Brian's just going to focus on continuing to bring down his score here.
Oh, beauty, beauty, beauty.
Over to the 18s. Trip 18 to leave 4, single 18 to leave 40. That's the way to go.
That's what I'm thinking as well. 54, ideal. 18, okay for tops.
It looked like he went right for the single there. I think you have to kind of play for the trip in case Austin has a bad turn here to guarantee a freeze in case it doesn't go. Although Austin says, watch this in case a bad turn. Great shot there from Braswell. 137 puts a lot of pressure here. 1, 2, 3 has to go or get below 32. Oh, and that was a mistake because it would have only tied.
He had to go 60.
He had to switch off that. So if it hit, it was a mistake. But Rich Sturbins, 1, 2, 2. This is the moment. Rich Sturbins.
For the title.
No.
Yeah, he got to go 18s
Well,
there.
now he has to play for the freeze. And doesn't get the freeze. I don't agree with anything that just happened there. Ryan Langley, Baba Yaga. Pull the rug underneath here. Gets it done and keeps the perfection streak alive here. As you can see, they're giving some respect to each other, some handshakes. Yeah, questionable decisions from John and Rich there right at the end of the leg that led to Baba Yaga still getting the win there.
Crazy finish to that. Crazy finish to that is, hey, back-to-back doubles. They'll take it.
Well, and this is also for that invitational shootout position. So since Brian Langley won singles and won the doubles here, Joey Jonro will get that invitation to the invitational shootout now for getting second place in singles.
Love it. Congrats to him.
Well, guys, this will just about conclude our coverage for today here. As obviously we were having some tech issues earlier. We're going to take a time to really investigate it, especially knowing that New York is going to be next weekend here. But Will, final thoughts on your first weekends commentating on the BullShooter Pro Tour?
Amazing stuff. I like what I'm seeing here. I think that the way the brackets are being run is really impressive. I'm looking forward to seeing what the TK bracket system evolves to here down the road. But yeah, I'm looking forward to more in Nebraska here down the road.
Well, guys, stay tuned. Next week, we will have Sean Green with us in Niagara Falls for this one, and we will be live on our platforms over on BullShooter, Facebook, and YouTube. We will be on USA Darts' YouTube, but I believe you guys will be having another feed on your Facebook, so we'll be on Eagle Eye's Facebook as well. But it's been an absolute pleasure here to be in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Appreciate each and every one of you guys commenting, liking, and loving along with this, as we loved having every one of you here chat with us, enjoy some of the antics that were going on, and that will bid us adieu here, folks. So thank you again, everybody, and have a good night.